David is an up-and-coming DJ in the Canberra community. He's done a few sets at local clubs, but the booking agent takes 10 to 20%, and it often takes weeks to be paid. He's getting some work, but he'd like more. Now, David doesn't have the equipment he needs to DJ at weddings, birthdays, or corporate events, and he doesn't have enough work to keep him busy at pubs, bars, and nightclubs. So he's got two choices. Either he can build up his profile slowly over time, relying on referrals and word of mouth, or he can purchase expensive equipment to DJ at functions. DJADVISER provides a third solution. David can come onto our platform and sign up in minutes, creating a customized profile that tells venues who David is and what he can do. Once he's on the platform, he gains access to trial shifts at new venues. He can DJ at functions using equipment we provide, and he's always paid on time. As David gets busier, our calendar integration helps him stay on top of it all. And at the end of the day, if he needs to move to another city, he's got more than 50 five-star reviews to take with him. The benefits for David are clear. He gets paid on time, he can find more work in more places, and the more he uses our platform, the more he builds his personal DJ profile. For the venue, they gain easy access to more Davids. They're no longer paying an expensive booking fee, and they save valuable time which they can spend on growing their own business. So why hasn't anyone done it before? We went out and analysed the competition and found there's been a number of solutions. The most basic ones include sites such as Airtasker, OneFlare, and Gumtree. There's even more advanced platforms that broadly match artists with hirers. And in America, there was one platform that was set to revolutionise DJ bookings, but they failed. And DJs are still looking for something better. We have analysed the competition to learn what they did well and what they did, and used it to inform our own platform. For example, we found one site took more than 16 forms just to book an artist. In contrast, ours takes less than 4, and you can even set up recurrent bookings for your resident DJ. So what are we doing differently? We've set a strong value proposition for both the venue and the DJ. And by focusing on a specific market segment, it gives us a number of advantages. We can have detailed DJ profiles, and we can have strong community engagement. And the value-added services such as ticket sales and e-learning help keep our booking fee below 5%. We're giving existing DJs new ways into markets. And with our low cost of running, we've managed to set up our website with less than $20 per 5,000 users. And because we have development in-house, as of this week, we've completed the core functionality of our website. What's our ask? With your funding, we will get to 20 venue bookings per week and 2 function bookings per week by the end of the year. The first tier, we're asking for $6,000, which will go to marketing and promotion. It will go towards our Canberra launch event, and it will go towards legal fees. For our second tier, we're asking for an additional $4,000, which will allow us to purchase the DJ equipment we need to give DJs access to new markets. And I ask for the audience, if you work for a venue or you're a DJ, we'd love to speak to you. DJADVISER, find, book and manage in one place.
Great presentation, really well done. My question is about the volume of business. So I don't know a whole lot about DJs, but when I first saw this, I was like, isn't that called Gumtree when you want to find it? So so in terms of your modeling, I'd like to think through how many DJs are we talking about, what sort of income are we talking about generating here?
So it's quite a big market, especially when you look at both venues and functions. So if we just consider the venues, there's more than 6,000 pubs, bars and nightclubs. And any one of those in Australia, and any one of those may have up to 4 or 5 DJ sets a week. So Mr. Wolf in Canberra, they have 3 different DJs on a Saturday night, just as an example.
Yeah, good presentation as well. But I think that's right. The challenge is how you would scale this, because my sort of thinking about music industry is that it's local ecosystems work themselves out, and that it's all about relationships. So I think that will be a challenge. But yeah, so how many DJs do you have in your network that you've sort of validated or tested?
Yeah, so we've been doing surveys online, and we've also been talking to DJs in the Canberra community and through our network. So we've interviewed more than 40 DJs online. We found 80% of them want more work, 50% of them aren't happy with how fast they're getting paid, and only 30% of them are confident that they could find work if they move to a new place. So there's sort of some of the pain points that we're really targeting. Just on your point about sort of local communities, there's a lot of things in their DJ profile, and this is something that we'll iterate about giving the venue confidence in that person. So there'll be endorsements, you can see their previous events, you can see upcoming events, you know, you can see all their music and their socials and all of that. So we're trying to bring in as much information as we can, and that's part of the reason why we specified a specific segment, so that we can have that level of detail. We don't have the, you know, a standardised profile between two wildly different musicians.
I agree, the DJ market isn't huge in Australia, but it's certainly big overseas.
Yeah.
But artists in general have this problem in common. You know, independent artists find it really hard to find gigs and manage those gigs. Have you thought about how it might scale up to other creative sectors?
Yeah, so one of our competitors, 6-8, they focus broadly on hirers and artists, and they seem to have sort of slowed down, and doesn't seem like there's much activity going on there. And part of that we think is because they're charging a 10% commission. So because we're doing a narrow focus, we can have those other services around it. So we're going to have blog posts with affiliate links, we're going to have sponsorship deals and targeted marketing and all this stuff around it, so that we can keep that booking fee down. In terms of the scalability, there's the whole venue market, and there's also the functions. So we think, you know, we're diversifying in that way instead of by musicians.
So how much will be the booking? How much will be earning per booking?
So it's about 5%.
5%. So what is a typical booking?
So typical income is $60 an hour. A set might be 3 hours, so $180. So 5% of that,
$9.
$9.
So and you have an ambition of 2 bookings per week?
No, 20.
20 bookings per week. Okay.
Recurrent bookings.
So, but you told us that there's 6,000 venues, and they do up to 4 bookings per week. So it's potentially up to 24,000 bookings per week in Australia, maybe less. Let's say half of it.
Yeah.
So how will you get to, let's say, 10% of it, which is 1,200 bookings per week?
Yeah, so part of our strategy is geographical areas. So we only really need DJs and venues in a specific area. We don't need DJs in Perth and venues in Canberra, for example, because they're never going to match up. So we're going to do a geographical sort of launch. So it'll be Canberra, then it'll be Wollongong and Sydney, and then on to the other sort of capital territory cities in Australia. We're also going to use a referral program so that DJs can bring other DJs onto the platform. And obviously it's going to be a lot of direct marketing, so going and talking to venues in person, and we're doing our social media and all that as well.